we are here live in beautiful Palm Beach, still on assignment to fulfill the mandate that you gave President Trump, that the American people gave President Trump to have meaningful and substantial government reform. It is the center of the political universe here in Palm Beach. I'll tell you, you go to a Starbucks, you see a senator. You go to a McDonald's, you see President Trump. I'm half kidding. You go to just a local restaurant, it's the CNBC place. The best thing I could compare, it's like the Republican National Convention every single day for 2 or 3 weeks straight. And we're helping out wherever we can, filling holes, meeting with people, trying to make sure that the mandate is fulfilled. And that mandate is very clear and very simple. Nearly 3 weeks ago, we were on pins and needles. 3 weeks ago, we were praying and the Lord delivered. And glory be to God in the highest for giving us and this nation another opportunity. I think I speak for everyone in this audience that when we heard the news and we saw the news, there was this massive sigh of relief. However, the work is just beginning. Donald Trump is going to be subverted by the intel community. He is going to be spied on. He is going to be lied upon. He's going to be leaked. We are at our high right now, and there will be downs and there will be ups. And there will be valleys, there will be troughs, there will be summits. We must persevere through all of it. You see, President Trump has an opportunity given by the American people that is not a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is a once-in-many-lifetimes opportunity. I was sitting down with an incredibly successful businessman this last weekend, incredibly successful, one of the most on the planet. Not Elon Musk, but somebody else. And he said, Charlie, I've lived 70 plus years. This is unlike anything I've ever seen. I said, what do you mean? He said, the combination of the world's richest man, of an American comeback story like President Trump, winning the popular vote, winning the electoral vote, and then overcoming all of the things that they tried to stop him with, and then running on very transparently issues the media told you not to run on. He made the very astute point. He ran on mass deportations. He ran on bringing peace to Ukraine. He ran on tariffs. He ran on all the issues the media said, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that. And he leaned into it, and he still won in a record way on the trans stuff, et cetera, et cetera. This is a once in many lifetimes opportunity. And phase one was just getting more votes than the bad guys. Now we have to assemble Trump's team, which is we are living in phase two. However, there is this major impediment from fulfilling the mandate. There is this major obstacle. And this is exactly why at Turning Point Action, we are doing one of our most ambitious projects yet, despite it being in the middle of January and early February, where we are going to encourage very directly every single one of these Republican senators that might not believe that this is a once in many lifetime opportunity. Understand, there is legitimate fear. There is palpable terror in Washington, D.C. right now. The more and more meetings that I'm in and the more senators I'm talking to, the more people they say, Charlie, this is totally unlike 2016. You see, in 2016, it was a surprise for two people. They were surprised that Trump won, but also the Trump team was not ready for the ambush that was awaiting them. The Trump team was not ready for all the deep state actors that were subverting. Michael Flynn being spied upon 6 days into the administration. They were not ready for Russiagate. There will be no Russiagate this time. Knock on wood and knock on glass. If there is, no one's going to believe it. Pam Bondi is resolutely pro-American and in President Trump's corner. She's not going to play ball with any of that stuff. Just think last time we had to deal with Chuck Schumer threatening you that the intel agencies have 6 ways from Sunday to get back at you. We have many different people saying that the Russiagate or the Russians heavily involved themselves in our election. We have a mandate this time, popular vote, electoral vote, and every single swing state, Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. It's completely different. You have a Trump team that is prepared for the saboteurs. In 2016, 2017, D.C. wasn't afraid of Trump. They were kind of confused. How did this guy win? How do we do this? Now there is legitimate fear. This is why you see Morning Joe and Morning Mika going over to Mar-a-Lago. They are afraid, baselessly, by the way, that Donald Trump is going to throw Pam Bondi. Actually, a reported story that Joe Scarborough is very worried that all of a sudden there will be retribution against them. So they're going to go kiss the ring. And Donald Trump has been brilliant in his strategy to flood the zone. Tulsi Gabbard, Bobby Kennedy, Pete Hegseth. Over the top, you have Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. All these incredible patriots, one by one by one, to flood the zone. This is a once in many lifetimes opportunity. It may never, ever, ever, ever happen again. And that's exactly why I am here in Palm Beach, to just help a little bit here, a little millimeter of help here, a little inch of help here, to not squander this. It is very tempting to want to rest on our laurels and and think everything's going to be fine. We won the election. No, now the real battle begins. And I know everybody in this audience feels similarly, because there is legitimate, this is not performative, this is not faking, there's legitimate shrieking and gnashing of teeth in the kingdom of Washington, D.C. Because there's an element that didn't exist last time. You have Elon Musk with one of the most popular platforms on the planet, X, which is now at the top of the App Store like every day, who is going to broadcast the revolution live. They can't control that, and they know it. It really bothers them. No longer is it going to be the conduit to CBS, ABC, NBC. Oh, here's this. No one listens to that stuff. Legacy media is dying. It's decreasing. The Hallmark Channel is beating CNN and MSNBC and TV. Now, I know it's Christmas. People like Hallmark movies, but still, no one is watching that stuff. The revolution is being broadcast live on X, and the American Renaissance is underway. And they are afraid that Trump is going to do Schedule F, that Trump is going to just throw Doge at them. Meanwhile, we have reforms at DOJ, reforms at HHS, Truth and Transparency, Reconciliation Commission, pardons for January 6 nonviolent offenders, pardon for Ross Ulbricht, not to mention JFK files being released. How can they play defense against this? They can't. Donald Trump is blitzing the linebackers, and they do not have the protection to be able to keep their little regime happy. And so we cannot squander this. And personnel is policy.